Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setup for today. So, starting with Euro USD, and we had a rejection of the level that we were looking at yesterday, and a fairly strong one. That's 109436. We've got a crossover of our moving average, our oscillators. Our moving averages are still down, and that is for me a retest of the 150 EMA. So this setup that we see here on the 8-hour is very bearish. Okay, so that is extremely bearish. I should have actually been in there with a stop up there, but that's a bit rich for me, a bit of a high risk, just based on the number of bars that you're putting your stop loss at. So that's why I prefer trading the lower time frames. Now, I just want to touch on the monthly quickly because this is something we need to pay attention to. We've got a monthly rejection bar here, and we've got the moving averages crossed over. And we obviously haven't opened the monthly chart in a while, which is why we're still bouncing around trying to create the moving averages. But anyway, look at the oscillators here. This is the key element here. You can see how we separated and crossing. We've got a rejection month, and now we've got a confirmation month. Should I say bar? And that was off some structure. Here's the structure that we're referring to. There's the fractal there. And so yeah, this technically from a long-term play should be short from there and a stop up there. But that's a 5,500 point stop loss, and not something that I want to be playing. But anyway, that's the bigger picture. So when we start drilling down to the 1 hour, and let's get to today, we can have a look at what happened yesterday. So we started off the day with a bit of a pin bar here. There was no real structure, and remember we were looking for a break and retest, and we probably got this on the lower time frame, and we'll have a look at that as well. So although that wouldn't have been active, but anyway, my charts are battling this morning. So for me at the moment, I think we can take this level here and we can bring it down to there. That is the first bit of structure, and then there is a bit of a pin bar here that I would draw in as well. There it is there. So we did test it yesterday. Nevertheless, it is a previous high here as well, so I'll just keep that in play. We've got a crossover of all the moving averages, so I definitely think we're looking for shorts here, which is pointing to dollar strength. And if I go back to the indexes, that would indicate what's going to happen on the indexes. So we should see a fall in the US indexes at least as well. So I think we are going to range here until non-farm payrolls is out. But you know, these are the levels to pay attention to. I think this is the first one, 108552, and then the other one is it would be a break of yesterday's low. Sorry guys, my charts are really battling. So it'll be a break of the yesterday's low and a retest of this area, and that's going to be around 108378. So it is looking short. I think it's looking like dollar strength at the moment. So I would be very, very cautious about trying to buy any longs here. That's kind of what I would be looking at this morning. But anyway, it's sit on hands until we get some fairly decent structure here. Now, I was hoping to see an opportunity for the short yesterday, but there isn't one. You could argue that that is an engulfing bar, but that was not a level that was in play. So yeah, so there's nothing really there. Anyway, that's kind of my view there. If we move on to US dollar Japanese yen, we should see still stuck between the two levels. So 146.561 the upside and 145.045 the downside. I just want to have a look at the monthly, and nothing really indicating anything that is onwards and upwards. That's a strong uptrend. and that is an indication of dollar strength. So when we get down to the hourly, and I see that's what the problem is. My charts don't like us going to the monthly. So when we look at the hourly here, you can see there's a lot of play here with the moving averages, and we've dropped below them. But I'm going to take it with a big pinch of salt. So I still believe before I even look at shorts, I need to be below 145.045. That is my short entry. And longs are going to be pretty much on a break and retest of yesterday's high. There's a gap up there as well. So I need to see us get above 146.246 before looking at that. I think I'm going to sit on the sides for this one. We'll just watch Euro USD. That looks like the better setup in the dollar pairs. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen. It's pretty much the same picture here. We do have a lower high that has formed. Fractal head has formed. We've got a crossover here of the oscillators as well. So this is looking like a potential reversal, which doesn't quite make sense. And I'm just going to pick this swing high here at 184.764. I'd want to see price come back up here. If we do get a rejection here, it should be off the trend line as well. That would be an opportunity for a short, really tight stop loss, and you're looking to target these lows at the moment, which is down here around 184.084. But yeah, non-farm payrolls is going to influence this as well, so be careful. This does look like a bit of a double bottom forming as well, but we'll have to wait and see what happens up there before we jump in. I wouldn't be jumping in short here, and I'm also a little bit reluctant about jumping in short just based on what we have on the 8 hour here. The only thing that is bearish is this lower high and that. But when you look at this on the weekly, the daily is potential short setup, but the weekly and the monthly is a bit confusing. We do have a story of 3 forming on the weekly, so it is possible. Anyway, that's where the trend is on the lower time frame, so that's what we should be looking for. But I would keep a really tight stop if you're going to play that. Moving on to Euro British Pound, and this is just all over the place. We are pretty much still below the 155 EMA. Oscillators pointing down. So this is also looking short, and that's a little bit of a concern because it is moving in the same direction as British Pound, Japanese Yen. So I'm not so sure that's what we want to see, because this would be pound strength, and that would be pound weakness. So that's a bit of diversions. But anyway, this is the trend. There is the level to pay attention to. We need to see a retest of that. That is 0.85654. So we're looking for a break and not really a break, but we're looking for a retest of that. And I just want to see what happened if there was an opportunity here on the 5 minute. There was our level. It was a bit of a miss, but there is more structure higher up. Complete miss, straight in the zone, big pinball in the zone. But I suppose below the moving averages, it's probably worth the risk when you saw that. And 70-point stop loss, so well worth the risk. Down to here, 200-point gain, so you see the buyers coming in on this level. So there was definitely an opportunity there, as we expected. So yeah, today I think more of the same. Just bear in mind we've got data coming out from the US, that's non-farm payrolls, which could influence this, but you should have an opportunity early in the morning here to get this thing going. Anyway, hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. No, I lie. We'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers for now.